Hello everyone, let's design a quick advertisement poster in Photoshop. So let us start. We are designing a poster for a juice brand. The juice brand name is Orangey. Right. So I have created an A4 size document. We can also create an A5 or A6 size document. So first thing we are going to do is we will create a proper background for our poster. Right. So we'll be creating a radial background. So here we'll just open the gradient editor, and here I'm selecting orange color and also a light orange color. So we can just select a light orange color that is close to yellow, right, something like this. And we'll select the radial gradient style, and then just simply create the gradient. So this is the background for our poster. So then the next thing we are going to do is we'll select the brush, and we will give some extra attraction to our background. So we will select the screen blending mode, and we can also pick a light color, and then we can just simply create some bright spots. So something like this. We will reduce the flow here. So just we can just create some bright spots here. So that's it. So now we got some bright spots. This is the starting point for our poster. Then we will get the next content. I have put all the content related to our poster inside a folder. So let me get the content. So we will first get the splash. So this is the splash. So what we'll do is we'll select the splash. We can use quick selection, and we will just click on this select subject. So the splash is selected, and then what we'll do is we'll invert the selection. We'll simply use Ctrl Shift I in PC or Command Shift I in Mac, and then simply delete the background. Right. Now we will change the color of this splash. Let's make it close to orangish color. So what we can do is we need to select the thumbnail. So to select the thumbnail, we need to hold Ctrl in PC or Command in Mac and click on this layer thumbnail, so that we can see a selection around this splash. So once we have the selection around this splash, we'll just take a new layer above the splash layer, and we will fill the layer with the orange color. We can select a light orange color. Right, and then we will change the blending mode to hard light. Right, and we can slightly reduce the opacity here. Let's keep it to, let's say, 90. Okay, right, and then we can remove the selection, and then we will merge these two layers. So we can use Ctrl E in PC or Command E in Mac. Right, now we will get this splash into our poster. Right, we will keep it exactly at the center. We will scale it, and we will rotate it. So we will rotate the splash and adjust it exactly at the center. Right. We will just apply a mask to this splash layer, and then we will select the brush, and we will increase the flow value here, and we will just remove the bottom part of this splash. It doesn't look nice, so we will just remove the bottom part, and here I have kept black as the foreground color, and I have selected the mask thumbnail, so that we can erase the bottom part. Something like this. Right, now this looks fine. Right, so then we can just make it a little bit big. Right, now we will get the person who is drinking the orange juice. So the person's image is over here. I have saved it inside a folder. Right, now we will select him. So we will use the quick selection tool, and here we have the option select subject, and we will just select the person here. It's okay if we did not select it perfectly, just we need the person. So we'll just drag the person into our poster. Right, we'll make him small, and we will keep him behind the splash. We'll also rotate the person, something like this. Right, and then we will also apply a mask to this person's layer, and we will erase the part of the person, erase the bottom part of the person. So something like this. Right, so this looks better. We can just confirm the mask. Simply just right click on the mask thumbnail, and here we have the apply layer mask option. Right, so we can give some extra attraction to the background. So what we can do is, so here we will select the layer above the background layer. Previously we have just given these bright spots using the brush. So we will select this particular layer. So what we'll do is we will just select the brush. Here the flow value is 100%. Let's reduce it to somewhere around 30%. And then what we'll do is we'll just brighten up the area behind this person. So we can just use a soft rounded brush, and I have just selected a very light color. We can pick the color from this background and then just brighten up the area behind this person. So something like this. So we can see here. We can click it twice or thrice to brighten it up. Right. So now this is done. One thing we can do is, see, the poster is looking a little bit yellowish. It's not looking orangish. Our actually advertisement is about orange juice. So what we need to do is we will make it a little bit orangish in color. So for that, what we'll do is we will select a hue and saturation adjustment layer, and then we will slightly move the slider for hue in this hue saturation dialog box. So just move it to the, let's say, left side. So we can see now there is more orange color, and if we want to darken the orange color, we can increase the saturation here. So see, now we can see a clear orange color. Right, this is enough. Right, now the next thing is we will also get an orange texture. So where we can find the orange texture? So we have saved the orange texture in the folder. So I will get this orange texture, and then we'll simply drag this texture over this poster. Just increase it. Right, and then what we can do is we will just drag it below the person's layer. Right, and then we'll apply a mask to this orange layer, orange texture layer. Right, we will simply hold Alt in PC or Option in Mac and click on this mask icon at the bottom of the layers panel. Right, then we will use a brush, a soft rounded brush, and we can increase the flow value Let's not make it to 100%. Let's keep it to, let's say, 80%, somewhere around 80%. Right, then what we'll do is we'll keep the foreground color as white and make sure that the mask thumbnail is active for the orange texture layer, and just we will click over here so we can see. Right, now this looks better. And we can actually take a duplicate of this layer with the bright spots. We can rename it as bright spots and just take a duplicate of this so that the brightness is also visible. Right, and the next thing is we will also add some water droplets on the poster. So I have downloaded a water droplets image. So we will just drag this water droplets image and keep it over here. Right, and then what we'll do is we will just keep the water droplets layer below the person's layer. Right, this looks better. And now we will do the same thing. We will first apply a mask to this, but before that we will apply a blending mode. So we will apply a blending mode like let's say overlay. Overlay looks fine, or okay, soft light looks better, so we will stick to the soft light. Right, and then what we'll do is we will just apply a mask to it. Simply we'll hold Alt in PC or Option in Mac, and then click on the mask icon at the bottom of the layers panel, and then just let's select a soft rounded brush, and we can just keep white as the foreground color, and the water droplets should not be all over the background. We have to show the water droplets only in some places, so something like this, so that it looks interesting. Right, so just we can keep the water droplets around the poster. Right, so then now it's a time for us to put the text. Right, now let's put the text. First we'll start with the title. The title is orangey, so we'll just type orangey, and the font I am using here is Forte, F-O-R-T-E. This font can be found in 1001fonts.com. So we can download this particular font, or we can find similar fonts that look like fancy fonts. Especially for advertisement posters, we can use plenty of fancy fonts, and this font is appropriate for me for this particular poster. Right, let's start creating. So once we have just typed the title of this product, the next thing we are supposed to do is let's change the color here. So for that we need to open layer styles. Just simply double click on the right side of the layer panel to open the layer styles, and in the layer styles we will first apply a gradient. So we'll apply a gradient. An orange gradient looks fine. The next thing we are supposed to do is we will now we will change the color of the gradient here. Let's keep light and dark orange color. Okay, this looks better, and we will use a reflected gradient. Right, then we will just turn on the outer glow. So here we can see the settings for outer glow. So here we have just increased the size here, and then we have just applied a white color glow to the text, and then we have reduced the range value to 1. So we can see the change. See, if we increase the range value, the glow becomes soft, but we don't want the soft glow, we want a sharp glow. So that is why I reduce the range value to 1. Right. We can also try to just increase or decrease the size for the auto glow, but I think the best size will be around let's say 40. Right. So this much is enough for our text. And okay, one thing we can do is we will just also apply a drop shadow. So we'll just apply a drop shadow, and we'll first reset all the default values for the drop shadow, and then we will increase the size here. So we can see a simple shadow behind the text. Right, this looks better. We can change the blend mode to normal. Right, so now we can see the drop shadow, outer glow, as well as the gradient for the text. Right, so let's move the image and the water splash a little bit down. Right, and then what we'll do is we will increase the size of the text, and also we will apply a warp text effect so that the text looks more interesting. So we'll activate the type tool, and here we can find the option create warped text. So here plenty of styles are there, warp styles. So we can just apply one of the warp style here. Let's apply a flag. Right, and we will increase the bend value to 60, and we will also put the horizontal distortion as let's say a minus 63. Right, this looks better. We can try to play with these values till we are satisfied with the outcome. Right, let's slightly increase the size of the text. The title has to be very big, and we can also do one thing. We will also reduce the size of the person and the splash, so something like this. Right, we can move it a little bit down. Right, and also we will position the text properly. So just we have to keep adjusting all these things. Right, the next thing is we have to put some more content here. We have to put the tagline, as well as we have to put the name of the manufacturer. So what we'll do is we will just put the tagline first. The tagline is the real one for real fun. Right, so this is the tagline, and we will just rotate it. We'll rotate the tagline, and also we will do one thing, that is we will apply the same layer style for this tagline which we have applied for the title. So for that, what we have to do is we will just hold Alt in PC or Option in Mac and click on this FX icon. The FX is the layer style icon that is to the right side of the orangey text, and then just to drag it and drop it on the the real fun or the tagline text layer. So see, we can see here, and we can make it more interesting. Just all we have to do is we'll again apply the warp text effect to this particular text. So we have to select the tagline text layer, and then we'll open the warp text. We'll select the option flag, and we can just try to change the values here, and we also have to place the text above the water splash. So we can just increase the horizontal distortion slightly, reduce the horizontal distortion and increase the bend value, right? And then we can just place it on top of the water splash, right? We can rotate the text, and we can just slightly reduce the size. And we can just make it big. So we need to position everything properly so that everything is visible, everything is clear. Right. The next thing is we have to just put the name of the manufacturer. We will place it at the bottom, and for this we just can choose a dark text. We'll select the same font for this. We'll just type a product of Alpha Foods Private Limited. Right. We can just scale it down. Right. There is one more thing that we need to put, that is on top we will just put one line. This is also similar to a tagline, that is the taste of, just we will move the text here, the taste of fresh farm fruit. So we'll just ensure that there are no spelling mistakes. We'll just position it properly. We'll just position the text properly, right? So then to make it more interesting, we will change the color of the text. Let's select a pure white color for the text, and also let's give it some drop shadow, and let's reset the default values, and we can then try to adjust these values here. We can change it to normal. Yeah, now it looks better. Right. So the last thing we'll be doing is we will put the image of oranges on this poster. So here the left side of the poster looks empty, so we have to put some content here. So what we'll do is we'll just get the image of these oranges. We'll just drag and place them over here, right? So we can just scale down the image of oranges. Right. Then what is the next step we are supposed to do? We don't want to reveal the oranges just like this. We want to just give some mask effect, and we can create some smooth soft edges around these oranges. So what we'll do is we'll just apply mask to this orange image. So we'll apply a hide all mask. Right, then we will select a gradient. So we will use a white and black gradient. So what will happen is the white part will be revealed and the black part will be ignored, and the gray part will be semi-transparent. So that is the idea here. And we will use the gradient style as a radial. So we will just create the gradient now. Make sure that the mask thumbnail is active. We will just drag at the center here, and we should not drag it too much. Only this much is enough. So see, we can see some nice interesting soft edge around the oranges image. So now we have completed the advertisement poster. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Please do like, subscribe, share, and if you have anything to say, do comment. See you again.